in the last session that we had attended, we had learned active and passive in the present manner. यानी कि हमने present tense को learn किया था जो हमारा last session था, right? And as you know that we have 3 tenses. So ये हमने जो है we had learned these rules कि how to change active into passive when we are having the sentences in present tense. Now the present tense can be a simple present, it can be present continuous, present perfect or perfect continuous. As a matter, I told you that present perfect continuous जो है normally नहीं लेते हैं. very rare chance होता है जब कोई स्कूल कुछ ऐसा दे देता. Normally we have only 8 rules for changing the active passive, that is simple present, continuous, present perfect. Similarly, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and then आपका future and future continuous. That's actually, but I had seen last year in some school they had even given the perfect continuous. That is why I did it with you, right? Today we are starting with past tense. हमारा रूल बेटा वही रहेगा जो हमारा सिंपल प्रेजेंट में था. द ओनली थिंग इज जब आप लोग चेंज करते हो तो आप लोगों के दिमाग में 2 चीजें होनी चाहिए. फर्स्ट इज विच इज द टेंस, यानी कि पास्ट, प्रेजेंट और फ्यूचर, एंड उसके अंदर वेदर इट इज द पास्ट सिंपल पास्ट और इट इज पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस, उसको आपने देखा, राइट? तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ simple past, or what we call as past indefinite. Why do we call it as past indefinite? This is because normally हम लोग इस sentence में जब भी हम use करते हैं, या तो अगर हमें simple ये बोलना मैं कल गया था, मैं आज स्कूल गया था, आज मैं स्कूल नहीं गया था, मैंने खाना खाया था. If we are only giving these sentences, so we use simple past. Or why it is called as indefinite? Because it is normally added with past perfect tense. ये आपके tenses के लिए भी you will be having the revision since it is also part of आपका. So in the past tense what we normally say is subject plus verb का second form and object. This is the structure. यानी कि the man built, build का second form is built, the simple. हमेशा हमारा जो सिंपल टेंस है उसके अंदर वी ऑलवेज हैव वर्ब सेकेंड फॉर्म, यानी कि बिल्ड, बिल्ड, राइट, रोट. इट विल नाउ चेंज इनटू ऑब्जेक्ट प्लस, हमारे प्रेजेंट में था इज एंड आर, और पास्ट टेंस में हमारा आ जाता है वॉज या वर. अगर हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट जो है if it is in the what we call as plural form तो were, singular है तो was. then passive form का एक formula always to remember is that in the passive form we only use were third form. तो यानी कि ये वाला जो sentence है that has changed into the platform. Now platform is single. So was, build, built, built. That day I had told you that we have the verbs in 3 forms. तो जब हम use करते हैं build, built, build, तो कुछ में तो हमारा सेम ही चलता रहता है, जैसे make, made, made, build, built, built. But in some irregular words, it changes into something different. For example, write, wrote, written. तो अगर हमारा यही सेंटेंस अगर हमारे पास एक और है, द पोएट रोट द प्रोज, तो here wrote is the verb's second form and this changes into the prose was. अब write, wrote, written, तो was written by the poet. For example, आपके मतलब एग्जाम्स में आता है कालिदास wrote शकुंतलम, आपके एग्जाम्स में आता है कालिदास wrote शकुंतलम, तो द शकुंतलम was written by कालिदास, तो राइट, wrote, written. लेकिन जो हमारे वैसे वर्ब्स होते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल बिल्ड, बिल्ट, बिल्ट, अगर ऐसे वाले होते हैं तो उनमें वी हैव द सेम, दैट इज मेक, मेड, मेड, बिल्ड, बिल्ट, बिल्ट, तो उसमें हमें लगता है, बट जब हम यूज कर रहे हैं तो दिस शुड बी इन आवर माइंड कि जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं दैट्स द वर्ब्स थर्ड फॉर्म. द नेक्स्ट इज प्रेजेंट, सॉरी पास्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस. अगर आपने प्रेजेंट में इनमें से किसी एक को कर लिया ना, प्रेजेंट और पास्ट में से, तो you can easily shift over to the next. Subject, now continuous always will be having the ing form of verb. And it would change into object. Singular है तो was, plural है तो were. Now ing in the passive form always changes into being, being. Be is actually the form of is, was, इनका form होता. Then again verb third form and the rest of the sentence. जैसे यही है, the man was building the platform. Let us take the same example, not to change the sentence. So it will change the platform. Again, the platform is singular. Was. Now it is an continuous form. यही बस हम लोगों के दिमाग में रखना और कुछ नहीं है. आता हमें तब भी होता है, but the only thing is we need to keep it in mind. Build का third form is built. Was being built by the man. The same goes, the poet was writing the prose. The prose was being written by the poet. This is how we change in the continuous form. What we need to remember is, actually में अभी आपका एक concept है, why I am bothered much is, as I had already told in the first session, हमारा एक session हमारा एक है which we call as report writing, which I'll start only after you are well versed with what we call as the grammar section. उसमें normally जो एक rule होता है वो होता है to write in passive form. तो इसीलिए if you are well familiarized with the passive form, it is easy for you to write. Like the sparrows ate the breadcrumbs. हमारा जो एक chapter है, the first one. The breadcrumbs were eaten by the sparrows. So that looks better when you are writing the answers. तो जो आपको एक मार्क्स होते हैं ना, when we say scoring, so that is well better when you are giving it in the passive form. Now past perfect. इसमें already the verb is in the third form. But when it is changed, it changes into had been. In the present tense हमारे पास has और have होता है, लेकिन हमारे past tense में we have only one verb, that is had. Like we are taking the same sentence. The man had built the platform. And it changes into the platform had been built by the man. So this is the next formula, what we call as past perfect. और paper के अंदर if you look, simple present and past perfect काफी common है. मतलब if you look into the questions of active and passive, you will find that if there are 5 questions, so most of the time it is past perfect and simple present. This is because simple present आपका बहुत basic होता है and past perfect is actually easy. जहां आपका had है, that would change into had been. And last but not the least is, which I'm doing with you, past perfect continuous. Subject had been, then ing also. Now देखिए, अगर आप लोग देखो perfect and continuous, तो perfect is had and continuous is ing, and this will change into object plus been will change into being. Why? Because this is a continuous form and continuous always changes into being. So object had been plus verb का third form plus by. Taking the same example, the man had been building the platform. सिर्फ पास्ट परफेक्ट कॉन्टिन्यूअस का जो एक मेजर इंपॉर्टेंस है वो तब है when there is a period given. जो आपका पास्ट परफेक्ट होता है उसमें आपका ये जो पीरियड है ये दिया जाता है, मतलब ये काम कब से हो रहा है या हो रहा था. The same. The main is यहाँ had been building है, it has been changed into had being built. Verb का third form and being building यानी कि ing form changes into being form. So this is how we change the active to passive in the past form. We have already learned the present form, so it is in the past form. She left the box on the floor. You all have to just, what you need to see is this, 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 and then you need to change it. All the pronouns which we have, I think I have already discussed it also. Like if it is he, then it changes into him. Vice versa, मतलब अगर him है तो वो he में change हो जाता है. Similarly, if it is a girl, she, it is given, then it would change into her. We would change into us, and they would change into them. तो दिस मतलब ये जो एक बेसिक है ये तो आपको रखना है. इसमें हम लोगों ने कुछ अपने आप नहीं ऐड करना होता है, राइट? So if it is written she left the box on the floor, so it would change into the box. It is the object. Then it is singular, so was left by her on the floor. Do not forget to use all the predicates जो आपको दिए होते हैं वो. And if a sentence is starting or if this object is having any article, जैसे the box, तो वो उसको forget नहीं करना. Many times the students forget to mention, वो the box को box बना देते. Okay. So this is what we have done in the past tense. Again, I'm re-revising before I move to the next section. Agar beta you are having the passive form in simple past, eat, ate, so that would change into was or were eaten. If it is ing, तो हमेशा आपका being आएगा. Was being, were being. Had है तो had been में change होगा. And if in case you have past perfect continuous, that would change into had, being, and verb ka third form. This you always have to remember. The next in the tense is future. And in the future, we have only the simple future for active passive. And the rule says you can have will, would, shall, कुछ भी हो सकता आपके. The rule says subject plus will or shall, then verb first form, जैसे she will prepare the presentation. She is the subject. Will prepare is the future form, and object the presentation. And this changes into object plus will be. अगर will है तो will be, can है तो can be, could है तो could be, मतलब कि would है तो would be. We will not be changing the verb in any form. अगर will है तो वो will be हो जाएगा, would है तो would be हो जाएगा, shall है तो shall be हो जाएगा, can है तो can be हो जाएगा. Then the same verb third form and by. The presentation is the object. Will be prepare का third form, prepared by her. Prepare का third form, prepared, make, made, made, prepare, prepared, prepared. So the third form will be prepared. So you will be using verb third form plus this. So that is a simple rule for future. And in the future, you don't have any other. We use only this one. I don't want to confuse with anything else because we have imperative sentences also. We have interrogative sentences also, which I want to do with you. What are imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are the sentences which do not have any verb. Sorry, any subject exactly. They might be a simple request. They might be a command, an order, और normally ये ऐसे use होते हैं shut the door, shut the door, tell him to go. And these in the passive sense change with the word let. याद रखना. Now in the active we have a simple imperative. Shut the window. Now the window must be shut. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. याद रखिए. Now is the one which you say tricky. यहाँ हमारा जो passive है that will always change with let the window be shut. Put the now what is there is हमारा जो request form है ना वो थोड़ा अलग होगा. Put the clothes in the cupboard. Now put the cloth means there is some command, there is some order. कपड़ों को अलमीरा में रख दो. So the same let, the word will be starting with let the clothes be, put का तीनों form put in the cupboard. I repeat, these are called as imperative sentences. Imperative matlab you don't have any subject. The boy shut the window. यहाँ पर नहीं है. These are called as the commands. यानी कि जो हमारे commanding sentences होते हैं या request या advice जैसे कि take the medicine, यानी कि play outside. ये हमारे होते हैं imperative sentences. तो इनमें जब आपके सेंटेंसेस में आते हैं लाइक शट द डोर और वन मोर टेल हर टू ईट, तो यहां पर लेट हर बी टोल्ड टू ईट. Tell her to take medicine. Let her be told to take the medicines. These are bit different, but yes, of course, as a part of your syllabus, they are there in your curriculum, so you need to revise it properly. जो ऊपर हमने 3 किए थे, they were based on the types of tenses that we learned. और जो अब हम कर रहे हैं, they are based on the types of sentences we have. So this is what we call as imperative sentence, यानी कि जिसके अंदर हमारे कोई directly you don't have the subject is hidden. The next is when you are having इसी imperative में ही we are having the request. Please help me. Keep your words. A kind of request और कहीं पर भी आपका आ रहा है ऐसे वर्ड्स आ रहे हैं. Advise हो. Now, please help me. अब ये let से start नहीं होंगे. Again, I'm telling you. यहाँ पर आ जाएगा you are requested to help me. Last but not the least is interrogative sentences. You might be having the words like who, whom. मतलब who changes into whom. Yes, this is a request. So you can also write can be or must. मतलब must हम लिख सकते हैं. Keep your words. If you are writing it in the sentence of request, then should be, must be. मतलब यहाँ पर it is a kind of you can say assertion. Assertion मतलब जिसको कहते हैं ना डंके की चोट पर अपनी अपनी बात पर अमल रहना प्लीज. इसलिए आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो योर वर्ड्स यू आर, क्योंकि अब यहाँ पर ये भी लिख सकते हो यू आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू कीप योर वर्ड्स, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. बट व्हाई आई हैव यूज्ड should be or must be, that is because keep your words is more commanding in the request. जब हम request भी करते हैं तो कई बार हम उसके साथ में command करते हैं प्लीज अपनी बात पर अमल रहना. तो जब हमारे पास ऐसे आ जाते हैं सेंटेंसेस वहां पर वी राइट इट. बट इन अ सिंपल वे जहां आपके सीधा सीधा प्लीज लिखा हुआ आ गया, देन आप भी सीधा सीधा आर रिक्वेस्टेड करके यू कैन चेंज इट आउट. Since these questions will be there as a part of your MCQ, so that is why I'm writing out all those options which comes in the exam. Now in the interrogative you might be having a sentence. अब देखिए the same thing जो अभी हमने learn किया है, the tenses. Now in this आपको ये tense को भी याद रखना है, इस tense को भी याद रखना है. And you have to also remember that these are interrogative sentences. Now, for example, the first one says, who broke and did you see? ये दोनों जो है, these are both जो है वो आपके हैं simple past tense. Whereas if you see, do you play cricket? If you see, do you play cricket? That comes in the present tense. ये जो है आपका present में है. Whereas आपका will you जो है वो आपका है future. राइट यानी कि आपको जो है सबसे पहले क्या आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि ये कौन से टेंस में लिखा हुआ है. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज व्हाइल यू आर चेंजिंग इट दैट वुड आल्सो चेंज इन द सेम मैनर. वो भी वैसे ही चेंज होंगे आपकी. तो सबसे पहले हमारा है हु ब्रोक द ग्लास. हु ब्रोक द ग्लास. यहाँ पर इट वुड चेंज इनटू बाय सॉरी by whom. who का चेंज हो गया into by whom क्योंकि हम उसमें भी by सब्जेक्ट लिखते हैं ना, तो यहाँ पर by whom. now broke is past tense. broke is past tense. break, broke, broken. by whom was the glass broken? who ate the who drank the milk? By whom was the milk drunk? Who rung the bell? By whom was the bell rung? Next is, did you see the ghost? तो इसको आप सिंपल में लिख सकते हो, you saw the ghost. You saw the ghost. Did you see the ghost? You saw the ghost. So was the ghost saw, seen by you. यानी कि जो आपके did के फॉर्म होंगे वो आपके was के फॉर्म में चेंज हो सकते हैं. Did you eat your breakfast? Was the breakfast eaten by you? Did you complain about the problem? Was the complaint given by you? तो यानी कि जो भी आपके पास did आ जाता है, that changes into was. Did you watch the movie? Was the movie watched by you? Watch, watched, watched. Now ये तो था हमारा past. तो यहाँ पर हमारा who broke the glass. तो यहाँ हमारा was आ गया because broke हमारा जो है past tense है. And who will change into by whom. But if it is the same thing, do जैसे did you see the ghost की जगह do you see the ghost आ गया है ना, तो then what will happen? Then it will change into is. क्रिकेट क्योंकि हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है. इज क्रिकेट प्लेड बाय यू? इज क्रिकेट प्लेड बाय यू, जैसे हमारा डिड जो है वो वॉज में चेंज हुआ तो डू हमारा इज में चेंज हुआ. एंड इफ द सेम सेंटेंस इज लाइक have you played cricket, means in the perfect form. have और played आपका perfect form है. have, has, had तीनों आपके perfect form है. have या had they are perfect form. This is present perfect and this is past perfect. तो अब ये कैसे चेंज होंगे? हैव यू प्लेड क्रिकेट, यहां हमारा क्रिकेट इज द ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट? तो क्रिकेट के साथ सिंगुलर है और ये हमारा टेंस प्रेजेंट है. तो प्रेजेंट में हमारा परफेक्ट में क्या लगता है? हैज क्रिकेट बीन प्लेड बाय यू. यही हमारा फॉर्मूला था इन द टेंसेस. he has played cricket. तो cricket has been played by him. और यहां हमारा इंटेरोगेटिव है तो have you, क्योंकि you के साथ तो have लगेगा, लेकिन have is also present tense. तो यानी कि have you played cricket यानी कि हमें इसे प्रेजेंट में रखना है और क्रिकेट के साथ हमारा has लगेगा. तो has cricket been played by you? But if the same question is in the past form, had you played cricket? So, had cricket been played by you? Last but not the least is if it is in the verb like, can you eat burger? Will you eat burger? मतलब आपके पास क्वेश्चन ऐसा है, will you eat burger? Then it is in the future, तो will ही रहेगा. हमारा रिपोर्टेड स्पीच नहीं है, इसमें बच्चे बड़ा कंफ्यूज होते हैं, वो will को would में चेंज कर देते हैं. We don't need to change. Will burger, burger is object. Be eat का थर्ड फॉर्म eaten by you. या can you eat burger? Can burger be eaten by you? Can burger be eaten by you? तो when it is in the future, please ये हमेशा याद रखना, we don't change the verbs. Because in the reported speech हम change करते हैं will को would में, not in the active passive. And there is always a confusion in the students की active passive और उसमें दोनों में verbs को हम change नहीं करते हैं, but उसका जो form होता है उसको हम change करते हैं. We use a third form. With futures we use be. Had को had been में कर देते हैं हम. तो जैसे यहाँ पर है हमारा have you played cricket, तो has cricket been हो गया हमारा. Had you played cricket है तो had cricket been हो गया हमारा. In this manner we change the interrogative. I repeat class 11 that interrogatives and the imperatives are very important, not because I'm telling you, this is because this is somewhat different from what you all have learned till now. बहुत सारे बच्चों ने हमेशा जो है एक्टिव पैसिव लर्न किया होगा, but when it comes to the imperative sentences like we are having only the command, we don't know who is the person. Shut the window, अब हमें नहीं पता वो लड़का लड़की है. Let the window be shut. Shut, put, ऐसे जो words होते हैं वो हमारे change हो जाते हैं with let. Now please अगर words है तो you are requested. And if it is ultimately, if it is in the interrogative, then you need to, ये आपको जरूर याद रखना है, that in the interrogative you will be having like who है तो by whom हो जाता है, because it's very common. Who spoke English? By whom English was spoken? Who teaches you English? Now see, अब आपके यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन है, just to wind up. Who spoke है तो वो तो हमारा हो गया past tense. लेकिन अगर आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है who teaches you English, so what you all must remember is this teaches is simple present tense. जिसमें s या es है वो हमारा simple है. तो who teaches you English, who will change into by whom is English taught to you. तो टीचर्स हमारा चेंज हो गया is में, because it is present tense. Similarly यहाँ हमारा do था तो that changes again, it changes into is. ये आप लोगों को हमेशा याद रखना. जैसे do you play cricket है, is cricket played by me. बट अगर लिखा है does he play cricket, अब do की जगह does है तो is cricket played by her. क्योंकि you के साथ हम do लगाते हैं लेकिन he या she के साथ हम does लगाते हैं. तो ये हमेशा याद रखना है कि अगर हमारा प्रेजेंट है तो वो हमारा ऐसे चेंज होता है, पास्ट है तो ऐसे चेंज होता है, हु है तो ऐसे चेंज होता है, विल है तो विल ऑब्जेक्ट एंड होगा, हैव है तो हैज या हैव होगा. तो दैट वुड चेंज अकॉर्डिंग टू द ऑब्जेक्ट. यहाँ हैव यू है बिकॉज यू के साथ हम हैव लगाते हैं, आई के साथ हैव लगाते हैं, दे के साथ हैव लगाते हैं, लेकिन हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट इज क्रिकेट तो क्रिकेट के साथ हमने हैज लगाया है. हैज क्रिकेट बीन प्लेड बाय यू. Remember all these rules, go through the rules once again and then you would be able to ace it properly.